I'm sick of the word woke being used as a pejorative. It has become the new SJW. Whenever one of these anti-SJW fucks want to describe someone as quote-unquote overly sensitive, or if that person supposedly cares way too much about racial inequality or sexism or anything of the sort, because yeah, those are totally things not to get riled up over, these kind of people would describe these people as woke, and of course not in a good way, in a more demeaning, condescending kind of way. Or if a movie or a TV show or anything of the sort has more progressive values or wants to put forth more progressive messages, these same people are like, oh, I can't fucking watch this. This is too woke for my tastes. It has just become so overused, and the original meaning of the word has just become so mangled at this point that so many people just forget what the word originally meant and just decide to use it all willy-nilly without learning its history. The term was originally African American slang dating all the way back to the 1940s and possibly even further down. It's just that the earliest records of this of this slang being used is just back in the 1940s. Anyway, and it was originally used to describe people who were aware of racial injustice among African Americans. So basically, all of these people who are not even black, using the term as just a way to describe people who are overly sensitive or quote-unquote too extreme with their progressive values, stupid things like that, are basically taking part of cultural appropriation. Ooh, I know, that's a scary statement to make. A lot of people are like, there's no such thing as cultural appropriation, but what else can you really call this? Taking a word from a different culture, reappropriating it to mean something completely different, or at the very least just twisting and distorting its original meaning to fit what you want to fit into how you want it to be. Again, it was a term originally used among African Americans to describe those who are aware of African American social and systemic oppression. So, is it really out of the stretch for me to say that all of these people who are just misusing the word and blatantly ignoring the history of the word are taking part in cultural appropriation and reappropriating this term without any care of its origins? I've seen way too many people use the term incorrectly. Even people I like here on this website. It's not just limited to people I don't like using this term incorrectly, even though, yes, most people who do use this term incorrectly I do not like, but even content creators I enjoy watching use this term incorrectly. They don't use it in the way it was originally intended to be used. They just use it as a new way to say SJW. They could be making a statement that I 110% agree with, but the moment I see or hear them say the word woke in a incorrect context, and plus if they're not even black in using the word, I'm just like, really? You had me until there. You definitely had me until that part. And I've been called woke quite a few times because people, stupid people come across my videos and say, oh, you're such an SJW, you're so woke. And of course it's used as a pejorative, and I'm like, should I really take that as an insult? Do you really think you're hurting me when you say that? Especially when you look up the actual meaning of the word, being aware of social and systemic oppression against people of color. The next time someone calls me woke in a non-ironic fashion, actually thinking that they got me. Oh, it's such a sick burn. I called them woke. I said that they're woke. I'll just be like, thank you. I am aware of social and systemic oppression against people of color. Thank you very much. Thank you for acknowledging that. Because when you really get down to it, when you really research the history behind this term, it's kind of silly to use it as an insult when you really think about it. Oh, you're aware of social and systemic oppression against people of color. I am. Thank you. Like, it's just so weird once you learn about the history of the word that so many people use it as a pejorative and think it's such a gotcha. But that's okay, because I laugh at all these people who use the term in that sort of context, because it's just so, when they do, it's so obvious that they don't care about the kind of words that they use and don't actually look into the history of certain words that they use and decide whether or not they should really be using it in that kind of context. It just reveals them as ignorant in my eyes, and in the eyes of many people who have also deeply cared about the actual usage of this word and actually cared enough to look into the history of this word. So yeah, just keep making yourself look so fucking stupid when you use this term, willy-nilly, without any care, and without actually looking into what the word actually means. Congratulations, you're making yourself look like an even bigger fool than the person that you want to paint as a fool. Brilliant. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.